Hello there, Lynx here, and welcome to the Cute, Light and Fluffy Project. Second episode, yeah, of this game. Let's see what the Cloud Fairy by Chronoluminaire and Sun Kitten is about. I'm so surprised. I think at least I said the first name correctly. Anyway, cloudy days. You like them? I don't mind them, but I, for example, like the evenings to be not cloudy. I like seeing the stars. Anyway, I don't like them. Okay. Well, I mean, I prefer clouds to rain. Okay, yes. If I'm outside, yes. If I'm inside, it doesn't matter. And I prefer days with puffy clouds. Oh, the title. Fluffy Puffy, kind of. Like today is when the sky is completely covered in grey. Yeah, okay, I don't like when the sky is grey, true. But it's much nicer when the sky is completely blue and there is not a trace of white visible. I agree with that one. Basically, the fewer clouds in the sky, the better as far as I'm concerned. There is only a week of summer holiday left before we have to go back to the school. I want to enjoy it as much as I can. And when I say enjoy, I mean things like lying on my own in the garden, but I'd enjoy it more if there were no clouds. So that's why I say to myself, I wish all the clouds would go away. No, you can't banish the clouds! What the? I jack up right at the unexpected reply. Who are you? How'd you get in here? I'm Elna. I fell from the sky. What? I'm a cloud fairy. Chronoluminaire presents Cloud Fairy. I look at the strange girl incredulously. She must have walked in through the side gate to the garden. My parents must have left it unlocked again. You're what now? I'm a cloud fairy. Okay, where in my garden? I've come down to the ground because of an accident. I need your help to get back. I continue staring at her quizzically. You don't believe me, do you? Not really. Look, up there! She points up in the sky and tries to follow her gesture. All I can see is clouds. That's right, clouds, my home. Your home. I'm looking at her skeptically again. Well, of course, where do you think a cloud fairy lives? Of course, silly me. Look, that big cloud up there, with the two towering bits. I sigh and look up. Yeah. That's my home. I live in the tower on the right, and my father lives in the tower on the left. Okay. And I need your help to get back. How are you going to get up in the sky? Duh, I've got wings. Then use them and go back. Huh? It's undeniable. There are wings coming out of her back. They look like something from a fancy dress costume, but I can't quite see where they are clipped on. I gingerly reach out and brush my finger against her wings. And she's like, oh, don't touch that! I was close. She said, oh. She cried out in a startled tone. I'm sorry, did that hurt? Not hurt exactly. Very sensitive. I was close. You must never touch a cloud fairy's wings without asking. She's looking at me sternly that I just nod. So I'll be able to fly home. If I can find a good launching point. What do you mean? I can't just fly up in the sky from this garden. Why not? I had to find somewhere high. So what's wrong with the Twiller sky? I mean hill. I've just fallen from the sky. I don't know any place around here. Take me to this hill. What? Me? Me? Who else? But I would say I'm busy, but all I was going to do was lie on here in grass, and I can't really say that. Alright. I could do some exercise today. With a brief exertion, if I lift myself off the lawn and set off, the strange fairy followed me. This place might do. What? Wait, did you say might not do? Might do. What? Too high enough for you? We'll see. What else do you need? Nothing beyond what's here. Let's give it a try. She acquires a look of concentration, just stands there for several seconds, and then... Could it be she can't fly? She didn't hang in the air at all. I just looked like she was a girl jumping in the air. Apart from the way her wings fluttered slightly, could that have just been the wind? Ha! No, this is no good. Well, sorry. It's the highest place within walking distance. Mother's house is drifting away. Well, yeah, clouds move pretty quickly. In half an hour it will be gone. I have to try again. Well, but I just said... They'll come back. I heard father say that they'll be circling back over this part of the ground tomorrow. With a sudden suspicious I look at her. What will you do overnight? I'll have to find somewhere to sleep. I've seen FCU's stories where some hapless guy meets a serious girl who turns up out of nowhere and she always seems to have to stay at his house. And there is no way that's happening. I'm only 15. My parents would kill me and... I mean, do I want her there? No, not really. You can't stay at my house. What? I wouldn't want to. Fairies sleep outside, don't you know anything? Sorry. Her smile is somewhat dazzling. Is it now? She winks at me and asks, I might sleep in your garden for... We walk back to my house at a more relaxed pace than urgent her with which she'd marched me off the hill. To the hill. What were you planning to do for the rest of the day? I didn't have much planned. Lie in the garden and relax, I guess. Can I join you? Sure. I returned to my favorite... Oh my god, that was loud. I returned to my favorite spot on the lawn facing away from the house and past the point where the neighbor's shed blocks the view of the sky. Elna sits down daintily beside me, a little closer than I'd have chosen to sit next to her. But well, I'll lie back and gaze at the sky. The girl points at a puffy, towering cloud and says, That's my best friend's home. That cloud? It looks like a cloud to you, but there is a whole castle out there. And that one next to it is my other friend's playground. Really? She nods vigorously. I point at a large, flat cloud in the distance and say, What's that one then? The fairy replies darkly. That's one of our mortal enemies. It's been approaching our citadels for some days now. My father will have to go out and fight them soon. She indicates a rounded, narrowish cloud and says, That's my father's warship. There are battleships up there now? Not just now. There have been for hundreds of years, you know. But aeroplanes have flown above get through the clouds and we never see any of this. She gives a laugh, it's pretty sound. We've become quite good at hiding our castles from humans. Have you ever been in an aeroplane flying through clouds? No. Once, when my family took us on holiday, never. We normally just drive somewhere, but one time we flew off for a holiday in the sun. And when the aeroplane passed through the clouds, it just looked completely white, right? Well, yeah. Since humans invented aeroplanes, we've started coloring the outsides of our castles white. You can't see them for less than a yard away. Oh, really? And what about if a plane is going to fly closer than that, or even actually hit one? We move it out of the way. It's one of the adventures building on clouds rather than ground. Okay. What about the view from above? I mean, I looked out the plane's windows when we were above the clouds too. They were just white and fluffy. Pretty far, they went on for miles.
Well, yeah, our castles look like that from distance.
No, I don't believe you. They were just white fluff, even close up. And besides, I know the clouds are just made of tiny water droplets. If I were up on them, I'd fall straight through it. She paused for a minute and sighed.
Alright, I admit it.
But we're making it
We use magic to hide our castles.
Oh, of course. And the folding street roofing?
We're not made of quite the same matter that you are. The molecular interactions are a bit different. We can touch different things. I mean, this ground is still solid to me and I can touch you.
Don't touch me. At this point, she takes and squeezes my hand, which I find somewhat distracting.
But some things that are solid to you that I can pass through, and some things that clouds are solid to me even though you'd fall straight through them.
You're asking me to believe in magic.
Well, I'm a fairy, I've got wings, magic kinda comes with that.
I guess so. She's really convinced she's a cloud fairy, and she does seem to have an answer for all the questions I have. As for me, I believe her. I think she's making it all up. I'm not sure. Can I save the game? Yes, I can. Sure, let's believe whatever. It seems crazy, and yet somehow I can almost believe it. The conversation trailed off, with me lost in thoughts about this strange fairy. Will I dare side by side? I can't. It's too fucking loud. Preferences. Yeah. Let's do this one as well. We lie there side by side from time to time, watching the clouds drift past. She's still holding loosely onto my hand. And then suddenly she jumps to her feet.
It's been fun to meet you. Huh, you never told me your name.
Oh, I extend my hand. I'm Gary, pleased to meet you, Elna the Cloud Fairy.
You too. See you tomorrow.
What? She's suddenly running for the gate. But where will we sleep? She's already gone. I hope she'll be okay. The next day, I'm back out in the garden. I'm considering doing something else today, maybe playing computer game. That's what I'm doing. Or going to the park to play football. That's what I'm not doing. I mean, pretty sure we are not allowed to do that. Now. Again. Anyway. Now that I think about it, they did not allow any amateurish. Technically, basically, if you don't do sports professionally, you're not allowed to do it. Technically, I mean. If it's in, sports spaces like football pitches and such, gyms and such, swimming pools and such. But then again, if you think about football, I'm gonna be honest, that should mean all the football is cancelled, because in Poland, there is no such a thing as professional football. I mean, maybe national team partly can be counted into that, but only partly, only the people who are actually playing outside of Poland. Because again, Polish league is amateur league. And I'm not gonna take it back, it's one of the weakest leagues there is, okay? And it's a fact. Anyway, but somehow I just felt like staying in the garden. The weather is more like a parrot, a wide open blue sky with only a couple of thin wispy clouds. Can you notice? Is it noticeable that I freaking hate Polish league, by the way, and Polish football in general? It's true, I really hate it. I wonder how that fairy is coping. If she is a fairy, what will she have done to sleep?
Hello, did you miss me?
No. You really shouldn't just come in other people's gardens.
Would you rather I didn't?
Mm-hmm. You could at least ring the doorbell.
Do you really want me to do that?
Okay, okay, I don't mind, whatever. Be it your way. I didn't like the change in music, okay?
Well then.
Satisfied, she sits down beside me. Then again, technically she's not entering the house, she's entering through the back door where the garden has the entrance, so she can't really ring the doorbell there, I assume, anyway. This is the correct choice. So... you didn't manage to get back to your cloud castle?
Well, you saw me try. I'll give it a go when my father brings the castle back around here.
I thought it was meant to be today.
It was, but my family are a bit unreliable when it comes to time.
I can't help giggling at that.
What?
No. I was just thinking that my family's just the same.
Oh, isn't it irritating? You can never know if something will actually happen at the time they say it will or a week later.
I mean, I said the story so many times before. It's a different thing in my family. You can't predict the time then they will arrive. Some members of the family, okay? And then they arrive without saying anything. Also, it worked again when I hit the goddamn desk and the text moves on. I don't know why. Sometimes it works for some reason. Anyway. And if you're meant to meet them somewhere or you're traveling somewhere with them, they're always an hour late.
Exactly. So it's like that. I'll have to wait until I see my family's castle from down here and then run to join them.
Okay. You know, you seem remarkably calm for a girl who's basically lost and can't get home.
I'm a fairy, remember?
Sorry, not a girl, a fairy.
That's not what I said.
Confused, I can only say. Huh?
I'm a fairy, but I most definitely am a girl as well. There are boy fairies and I'm not one of them.
Okay. You seem very calm for a fair girl who's lost then.
Well, naturally, fairies don't get worried easily.
So it would seem.
Actually, I suppose that's not true. My father's a bit of a worry wobble.
What?
He gets worried about a lot of little things. But does make him any better with time.
Huh. She gives me another dazzling smile, and I can't help returning it. So, what are you doing today?
I don't know, hanging around.
I would invite you to play video games, but today is my favorite kind of day, so I'd rather stay outside. Want to go to the park?
Sounds good. Yeah. Totally good idea. Go with a ferry to a park. Let more people see there is a ferry. Yeah!
I show her way to the local park, a couple of streets away. I feel a bit old to play on swings and runabouts and things, but Elena seems so happy to see them. She looks about 14 or so, I think, in as much as I can tell these things, but sometimes she acts rather young. I wonder if fairies have swings and things. After having a bit of fun on the swings, we sit down side by side on the grass. We hang around at the park for a while, with me sometimes asking her questions about the world, about the clouds, and her replying confidently. She replies so quickly and casually that I'm getting more and more convinced. It's all true. Does every cloud have fairies living on it?
No, of course not. Some are too high, or too wispy even for us. It would be like building a house on a giant fishing net. And some have dangerous creatures living on them.
Huh? Dangerous even to fairies with magic?
Magic isn't as simple as to everything. A simple solution to everything, you know. It's hard to defeat a dragon with a squad of trained fairy magicians.
Wait. Now you're telling me there are dragons over England?
No, only over Wales. No, of course not. Dragons don't venture far beyond South America.
What? I never know what to make of you, Elna. You keep saying things that make sense, sort of, and then you come out with something that just completely throws me for a loop. I meant it as a compliment. She just gives me a satisfied grin and says happily.
Yep, that's what life will be. With me will be life. What do you mean by that?
Like with you. What? Uh-oh. Wait. You're not going to tell me you're engaged now because of some crazy fairy lore or something, are you? Those stories when a mud girl comes to a guy's life, or will have some kind of trick like that, and there is no way I...
Oh, that's a good idea. But no, nothing like that. I just meant if you're going to be my friend, that's what you're in for.
Right.
Phew. Safe.
Eventually day starts to cool down. It's getting late, out to get home. Elna nods, her hair waving prettily in the breeze. I'm going to yawn again. Okay.
Maybe see you tomorrow.
I smile at her. You know where to come.
See you then.
She waves at me and then turns and runs off. I shake my head, grinning to myself, and walk home. The next day, the end of the summer holidays is drawing ever closer, which means there is homework to finish off. What? There is no such a thing as homework for summer. At least not here. The weather is distinctly less summery than yesterday. It's a bit cold too. So I can understand it when my mom says,
"Are you sure you want to do your homework outside, dear? It's not very sunny. Looks like it might even rain."
I'll be fine, Mom. For some reason, I'm inclined to sit outside in the cold with my textbooks and paper. I think I tried it once, and it was windy, and I gave up. And when I say for some reason, well, here she comes now. Hello, fairy girl, how are you today?
I'm good. Father Scott is going to be passing soon.
I look up at the cloud-filled sky. How can you even tell?
What do you mean?
There's so many clouds up there, all blurring to one another. Can you even recognize one cloud amongst all those? She smiles cockily at me.
It's a talent that cloud fairies have.
I mutter to myself. Of course. So what does it mean? That was weird. There were drums for a second. So what does it mean for your people when the whole sky is grey and all the clouds run together? She smiles and starts lecturing.
Well, sometimes there's just one very large cloud, you see. The Duke of Greywood, I think, lives in a castle in the middle of a huge cloud, 100 miles wide. But sometimes when a lot of small families come together for conferences.
Conference?
Yeah, we'll gather castles and gardens together to get together and have a big discussion about something to yeah.
So some families have several clouds. She nods approvingly.
Exactly. My family only have 2, not counting my father's warship, but some have as many as 10.
She points to the sky.
That one and that one.
It does look the same as the one you showed me when we met.
Well, of course it will look a bit different. The water droplets that break the foundation are always changing and moving.
Isn't it the exact opposite of what a foundation should be?
Things are different for fairies.
You mentioned your castle was passing overhead. Doesn't that mean you should try flying to it again?
Yeah, you're right. Could you show me the way to the hill again? I remember it was down the street and right, left, and but I can't remember the last bit of the way.
Sure. When we arrive at the hilltop, my heart is beating fast, not just from the exertion. If this works, this is going to be the last time I see this fairy. She just waltzed into my life and turned it upside down for a couple of days. But it's been really fun. So I find myself taking a deep breath and then I say, second, Elna, don't go, stay here with me.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Life is one with you in it.
Oh.
Suddenly she runs to me and impulsively gives me a hug.
Alright.
Really?
Yeah, it's fun to be with you too.
Wow. Did I just let myself in for a bigger commitment than I meant to? Where will we sleep?
The same place I've been sleeping so far.
Where is that now that you mention it?
I'll bring you over and show you sometime.
Right.
I should probably go now, but I'll come over again tomorrow.
Okay, sure. I force myself out of my nervousness to give her a smile and say, see you tomorrow.
Bye bye.
She waves, turns and runs off, her wings flapping behind her. Still somewhat astonished at what just happened, I stand there in a daze for a little before I walk home. The next day I'm out in the garden trying to think about homework and failing.
Hello, my human friend.
Hello, wait, what the heck? She's dressed differently, and not just that. What happened to the wings?
You see, I had wings when I was being a fairy. But I'm bored with being a fairy. Today, I'm a pirate. Come with me to look for buried treasure.
But you... I decided to shut my mouth before I embarrass myself, but she's already noticed.
Oh, Gary. Do you mean you really believe me? Oh, aren't you so sweet? I must bring you over to meet my father.
Huh? Chewing sent me a note.
For if you want, I won't tell him you thought I was a fairy for the first 2 days we knew each other.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I'll just introduce you as my gullible friend who... But won't explain it, yeah.
Life is a lot of fun with Elna in it. Even though it's also got a lot more mock in it than it used to. Ending 2 out of 5, gullible friends. It's fine, we are good with that. If you want to see the other endings, link will be in the description. If I find it. But if I found it, it's there. Actually, I can look right now. When the credits are rolling. Of course, it's there. Window. It's not there. Oh my god. Archives links. Oh no. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. I don't. There is more. Okay, so there will be 2 more episodes apparently. So I'll see you tomorrow in the next one. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.